We have some major breaking news as Tyler Reif will join the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in 2026. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. As I just said a second ago, we got some pretty massive and major breaking news this afternoon, as it has been announced that Tyler Reif will join the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in 2026 for majority races in the 2026 year. Here's the announcement from Niece Motorsports. It was announced today. News: there's more to come with our West Coast kid. Tyler Reif is locked in as the anchor driver of the number 42 Chevy Silverado for 2026. Here's the official statement from Niece Motorsports. Niece Motorsports tabs Tyler Reif as anchor driver of the number 42 Chevrolet in 2026. After earning a top 10 in the Craftsman Truck Series debut, Henderson native Tyler Reif, Nevada native Tyler Reif has been signed on a sign for a larger schedule with Niece Motorsports beginning next year. Moving ahead to next year, Reif will step into the program serving as the anchor driver for the number 42 team. His schedule will take up the bulk of the season as he continues to learn the ins and outs of the series by sharing the ride with other drivers. Here's what Reif said about this. I'm so thankful to everyone at Niece Motorsports for this opportunity to race more for them next year. Making my debut in Phoenix was a dream come true, and I feel like all of the guys and I connected pretty quickly. Now that we have a larger schedule planned ahead of us, I look forward to racing on all types of tracks that I've never been to before. We are already working to prepare for next year, and I can't wait for our first race together. Here's what Cody Efos said about Tyler Reif joining the program in 2026. Tyler proved to us all that he was ready to run more races after his performance at Phoenix. I was impressed by his ability to learn as the race weekend went on, and his feedback to the team steered them in the right direction. We think he will continue to improve as we take him to several different tracks on the schedule in 2026. Now, while the amount of races had not been confirmed, which, by the way, they do say additional driver roster announcements will be made throughout the offseason, along with partnerships and personal pairings. This, I believe, is the second confirmed driver for the Niece Motorsports team in 2026. It was announced a couple weeks before the season ended that Landon Lewis would be driving majority of races for Niece Motorsports in 2026. The number hasn't been confirmed, but I believe it might be the 44 or 45 truck in 2026. Landon Lewis, of course, is still under development, I believe, of KHI and Rackley, I'm pretty sure, will be making a lot of starts with Niece next year. And you have Tyler Reif, who is getting the chance and opportunity to join the Niece Motorsports team in the 2026 year. Now, looking at Tyler Reif, I think this move is certainly interesting. I do think Tyler Reif is definitely a talented race car driver, and again, he finished in ninth in his debut. Now, looking at some of the statistics from him, he did, of course, compete full-time in the ARCA East Series in 2025. He finished second in the championship that year, just behind, I believe, Jason Kitzmiller's kid, Isaac Kitzmiller, who didn't win a race in the ARCA East Series because Max Reese pretty much won almost every race when he did turn 15 years old, and a couple other drivers got behind the wheel and won races that year. He, of course, has won some races in the ARCA Menard Series. Actually, is the youngest winner in ARCA Menard Series at just 15 years old at Phoenix Racing when the ARCA West Series had a combination there. He also has ran in the Cars Tour, I believe, and has also done some Legends car racing, done some late models, among other things as well. I think this certainly is a very interesting move for this team and organization because I think that he is definitely a very talented race car driver who does have a lot of potential, who I think could be really, really successful. Now, what are the expectations for him going into 2026? I think the goal for Tyler Reif is to gain as much experience as possible. When you're driving in the Craftsman Truck Series and he just turned 18 years old, the goal is to go out there and gain experience because while Niece Motorsports may be a solid organization, they're not one of the fastest teams in the field. And I think that this will be a decent chance for him to learn some things in 2026. Now, the crew chief has not been announced, but my theory is that potentially Mike Shiplett is going to be the crew chief on the 42 truck next year. I think Mike Shiplett might have worked in Nice, but I can't entirely remember for sure. But I would have to think Mike Shiplett might be involved with this program in 2026, and Mike Shiplett does have a lot of experience. I think if you're going to get someone in the organization that really can help, you want to bring someone in who does have a ton of experience, be it a crew chief. I think having an experienced crew chief can really help a driver. So I do think that Tyler Reif will probably get an experienced crew chief in 2026. So what are the expectations? Score as many top 10s and top 15s as possible. Try to get some top 10s throughout the year and have a solid year with this team in 2026. Now, with this announcement coming out, there's now some questions surrounding Matt Mills because there were rumors that Matt Mills was going to be back with Niece Motorsports in 2026. So is Matt Mills only going to have a part-time stint with the program, or is he going to move to another number in the organization? Is he going to move over to the 45 next year, take over the factory ride, considering that JF Electric is a sponsor sponsor on that truck. I have to think more than likely that Matt Mills is probably going to be with this program once again in 2026. Then you think about Bailey Curry, for example. Bailey Curry's been running a lot of races with Niece this year. Could he be in the 45, or will he move to the 44 truck, or maybe the 41 truck perhaps in 2026? And what about potential Cup drivers coming down? We could see Carson Hocevar, though. A lot of rumors are that Carson Hocevar more than likely is going to be a Spire and a part-time stint next year. You probably will see Ross Chastain behind the wheel of the Niece Motorsports truck next year. Maybe you see a Shane Van Gisbergen, maybe a Connor Zoch. You might see some of the Trackhouse drivers get involved with this truck next year. Maybe you see Daniel Suarez. He's made a couple starts with Niece in the past, so I wouldn't doubt that Daniel Suarez could be a potential candidate for this program in 2026. But in general, for Tyler Reif, looking at him, I wouldn't consider Tyler Reif to be one of the top prospects in NASCAR currently at the moment. When I think of the top prospects, I think of people like Connor Zoch, who's now got a Cup ride next year with Trackhouse. I think of Corey Heim, who still doesn't have anything set for 2026 at this point. I think of Brent Cruz, who I think is an extremely talented race car driver who has shown a ton of flash of brilliance and has shown potential coming up the last couple of years, including multiple wins in the ARCA Menard Series, and came very close to winning a few truck races in 2025, and one of the few guys coming up from the Tricon stable that kept up with Corey Heim. I think of Gio Ruggiero, who I think is a really talented driver, got his first truck win and came very close to winning a lot of other truck races throughout the year. And I think of other drivers like Keelan Harvick, for example, coming up, and even Carson Quaffle and Jesse Love, a lot of really good prospects. I wouldn't put Tyler Reif on this same level because I think Tyler comes from a lot of money, I'm pretty sure, but I think this nonetheless is a very solid opportunity for Tyler, and I think he'll have a good chance and opportunity to be really fast, really solid, and really competitive in the 2026 year. I think his team's going to give him as many resources as they can to try to get him the most competitive they can. We'll see how things go for Tyler Reif in the 2026 year, but I'm excited for Tyler because, again, I think this is a solid opportunity for him, and I think this team is setting themselves up for a really solid future going into next year. I'm excited to see where things go for Tyler going into next year, and we'll see if Tyler can have a really solid and really strong run with the SEMA program next year. I think it's going to be fun to see what he can do with the Niece Motorsports team in 2026. So that's going to today's special breaking news report on Tyler Reif joining Niece Motorsports in 2026. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so notified when the video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go some more of that and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What's your expectations with Tyler Reif heading into 2026? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think it'll be super competitive or not? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to be doing a silly season update, discussing all the silly season news over the last couple weeks. We'll talk about this news around Tyler Reif, on some of the college racing rumors as well. Then, of course, on Friday, we should have a NASCAR news video dropping. If not, the next video will be coming out probably the top 10 NASCAR teams for 2025 across all three series. And then we've got other team previews dropping in the near future as well, like Penske, for example, and Richard Childress Racing, among other things. Then on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have prediction videos coming out. I will be doing my Cup predictions for 2026 on Sunday. And then Monday, we are going to have a NASCAR news video potentially discussing this over the course of the last couple days, and some other big videos are in the works for 2026 as well. We got content coming on people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bo Wallace, Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Frankie Muniz, Tony Stewart, Casey Kane, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Preece, Red Bull, Brad Keselowski, other stuff, silly season among other things, Cletus Afron, Dodge Ram, Will Brown, Brad Feeney, Cam Waters, other stuff like Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman, Robbie Gordon, for example. Talk about all this kind of stuff on the channel in the coming days and weeks as well. And we'll probably do a video talking about 10 drivers who could join the free agent Ram program in 2026 as well in the future. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content, other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, buddy.